The verdict from the stars before we dive in, drop a quick hi in the comments. It may seem small, but trust me, it really helps YouTube share this story with more sci-fi fans like us. I'd love to see who's watching. The chamber pulsed, with light, sharp glints flickering across the obsidian marble floor of the Galactic Council's Grand Assembly. Hundreds of alien delegates floated in their anti-gravity platforms, spiraling downward toward the central podium like 1,000, eyes narrowing to a single point. The air crackled with tension, masked thinly a ceremony dot at the center. Prelate Voss of the crystalline Orin raised his angular hands, projecting his voice across all known systems. By the authority of the Galactic Council, Resolution 917 is enacted, effective immediately. The species known as humanity of the Sol system is denied all quantum travel rights, containment enforced. For the safety of the stars, Earth is to be isolated for no less than 1,000 years. A low, thrumming applause rippled through the tiers. Tentacled Keltari beat their limbs against armored harnesses, while the telepathic veil shimmered their approval in ultraviolet. Only the Terran seat remained empty, the blue and white flag removed in silent ceremony. On distant worlds, the verdict echoed on every screen, projection, and channel. Humanity was cut off stranded on a single world, exiled from the heavens. On Earth, a cold silence spread through embassies, trading halls, and crowded plazas. In the diplomatic gallery of Geneva's exopolitical compound, Earth's own ambassador, Amira Farrow, clenched her jaw so hard she tasted blood. She watched the broadcast, her knuckles white as bone. There was no protest. There was only the sharp, humiliating silence of a world that had been judged and found wanting. Beneath the Rockies, buried beyond the reach of any map, a bunker thrummed to life. Its walls were forged from layers of tungsten and carbon composite, built to endure catastrophe. In its deepest chamber, Commander Jodameric stood before a dormant control console. She was not tall or imposing, but her presence filled the room, a woman with storm-gray eyes and hair cropped short for efficiency. Every line of her face carved by battles most would never know. Jada pressed her palm to the sensor pad. Authorization. Merrick. Project Zusu. Final protocol. A mechanical hiss sounded as secondary officers filtered in Rafe Sai, her tactical lead, all edges and adrenaline. Dr. Leela Niem, the genius who had built half the AI systems by hand. And Kiran Patel, communications, whose calm under pressure had saved lives more than once. They gathered, silent, watching as Jada's voice cut through the dim blue light. "It's time," she said, voice rough but unwavering. "They've closed the sky. We answer now, or we never answer again." Rafe shifted, his usual bravado, stripped bare. "You really mean to wake it?" Jada looked him straight in the eye. "If not now, then never." They moved in coordinated silence to the far terminal, a relic of an older secret world. Runes glowed, a countdown ticking as ancient. Failsafes disengaged one by one. Lights flickered through the bunker, illuminating the faces of those who would become legends or ghosts. Outside, a blizzard swept the Rockies, but within, Earth's defiance roared to life. The awakening of ZUS deep within Jupiter's clouds. Something impossible began to stir. The Prometheus Array, an orbital platform long assumed abandoned, suddenly lit up with frantic sensor activity. Gravitational waves surged, telemetry glitched, and station techs on the galactic frontier scrambled as readouts spun into chaos dot inside the bunker. Jada's team watched their screens as signals bounced from Earth to Jupiter in encrypted pulses. Dr. Niambi's fingers danced over her keyboard, bypassing old failsafes and layering in the new code that had only ever existed in her dreams. Zeus wasn't just a weapon. It was a ship, a fortress, and a sentient leap into the unknown built by Earth's best. Finished in secret, and then buried when peace seemed possible. The heart of use beat deep in the metallic storms of Jupiter. Living core surrounded by quantum armor, its structure bending gravity itself. The AI, Prometheus, awoke in flickers and sparks, language, and logic coming online faster than any machine had before. As system synths lights flared along, its hull each one representing a century of human struggle and hope. Jada's voice came through the link, steady as ever. Prometheus, status report. A deep, measured tone responded, half machine, half something more. All primary functions operational. Neural interface stabilizing. Crew complement incomplete, but baseline protocols met. Welcome, Commander. Merrick, shall I engage full awakened mode? Rafe grinned, tension breaking. You heard the machine. Let's kick in the doors. Outside, the storm over Jupiter split open as the Zeus rose from hiding. Metal plates unfurled, shimmering as they refracted light. No one in the galaxy had seen technology like this. It was not built to intimidate, but to endure. Its weapons. Systems synced with the crew, adapting to their quirks and strengths, folding human unpredictability into the core algorithms. Patel intercepted the first external ping, an automated quarantine beacon from the Galactic Council. They're scanning us, Commander. Should I answer? Jada shook her head. Let them wonder. Activate Stealth Stage 2. Prometheus complied. The ship blurred, folding electromagnetic signatures around itself. For a moment, even Jupiter seemed to pause, its clouds drawn in unnatural lines as gravity warped at the ZEUS's core. This was humanity at its wildest, brilliant, reckless, and unwilling to stay caged. On the bridge, the team assembled at their stations, adrenaline giving. Wait all. This isn't just a ship, Lila whispered. It's our future. Jada nodded, her gaze never leaving the viewing window as the first wave of alien ships dropped out of Jupiter's pole. Then, let's show them what it means to be human. The first clash outnumbered, but never outclassed the Galactic. Fleet was a wall of silver and blue, ships bristling with containment modules and energy cannons. Their signals hammered through space demands for surrender, threats of planetary quarantine, even offers of leniency if the Zeus stood down. But inside the bridge, Jada's team worked in concert, minds sharper than any blade. Multiple ships. Inbound, Rafe reported. Standard CGU tactics surround and isolate. Prometheus chimed in, algorithms adapting in real time. Suggested response, nonlinear evasion and network infiltration. Dr. Niambi's hands flew over her console. I am spiking their sensors with false positives, making it look like we're everywhere and nowhere. Patel smirked. Broadcasting static? Alien captains are arguing, one's accusing his own crew of sabotage. Outside, the Zeus rolled. In space, shutting kinetic flares and decoy signals. Alien captains tried to predict human moves using centuries-old doctrine. They never saw what came next. Deploy mag lances, Jada ordered. We're not here to kill, just to make them sweat. Coils along ZEUS's hull pulsed, firing bolts of graviton-twisted energy that bent around enemy shields, rattling hulls. But leaving no lasting harm? Alien ships scrambled to adapt, but their responses lagged. Inside the chaos, ZEUS's hacking sweep breached a command carrier's network, broadcasting a harmless but humiliating message. Earth says hello. The crew watched as the fleet wavered, CGU captains torn between caution and aggression. Prometheus shifted frequencies, using the storm's own lightning as a shield, looping through electromagnetic waves that baffled even the most advanced alien sensors. Rafe grinned at Jada. They thought we'd fight like a cornered animal. Jada allowed herself a thin smile. They forgot animals learn. Aboard the largest CGU ship, Admiral Arliss of the Vector species ordered a full strike. But by the time their energy weapons fired, Zeus was gone folded into a pocket of warped space, unseen and untouchable. The battle wasn't a victory. It was a demonstration. For the first time, the galaxy realized Earth could not be predicted. The message to the galaxy as the battle died down, Zeus hovered above Jupiter, a shadow against the burning storms. Prometheus patched into the galactic relay, broadcasting on every frequency, every channel, in every tongue. Jada stood before the main console, her team arrayed behind her. She spoke not just to the fleet, but To every being who could hear, this is Commander Jada Merrick, Terran Union. We are not what you fear. We are more than what you've been told. Today you saw what happens when you try to fence in a species, built on curiosity and hope. The message rippled through the galaxy. On distant worlds, aliens who had never spoken to a human watched in awe. On Earth, hope flared anew. You may outnumber us, but you will never outclass us. We don't want war. We don't want revenge. But we will not be caged. Aboard alien ships, officers argued. Some called for retreat, others for escalation. Ordinary citizens, alien and human alike, posted messages of support, outrage, wonder. For a moment, the galaxy paused. Something new had entered their world. A species that met containment not with rage, but with brilliance. Back on Zeus, Jada's crew celebrated quietly. Did you see the feeds? Patel said. They're lighting up from the rim to the core. We're trending on 5 networks. Rafe laughed, shaking his head. Let's hope we just started a conversation, not a war. Prometheus flickered the lights, a small sign of approval. Signal strength optimal. Galactic attention secured. But new signals spike more ships, some hostile, others curious. Their next move would decide everything. A new dawn breaking, the chain's time was running out. A second fleet approached, more powerful and determined to enforce the blockade. Jada's team ran scenarios, every move mapped and countered. But human minds, pressed by desperation and hope, always found a way. Dr. Liam proposed the unthinkable. Use Zeus's gravity core to fold space. Not just escape, but open a corridor for Earth to reconnect with the galaxy. The risks were immense. One wrong calculation, and they could tear the ship or the planet apart. Jada looked at her crew, her voice steady. We were never meant to survive by playing safe. Let's give them a show they'll never forget. Patel coordinated with underground networks, aliens who'd become secret sympathizers. Across the galaxy, small acts of rebellion flared. The Council's authority wavered, cracks forming in the once unbreakable order. The moment arrived. Rafe engaged the core, Prometheus guiding the process with human intuition, overlaying machine precision. Space twisted. The fleet tried to intercept, but their weapons passed harmlessly through distorted air. Zeus surged forward, pulling a stream of light behind it, a comet of hope ripping through darkness. In seconds, they were gone through the blockade into free space. The corridor flickered, but it held, a new pathway for all who dare defy the chains of fear. Jada stared at the stars ahead, every scar and memory burning brighter than ever. We're not just back, she said softly. We're just getting started. Across the galaxy, eyes turned to Earth, not as a problem to be contained, but as a force to be reckoned with. Project Zeus became legend, the spark that set a new era ablaze. Asterisk,